It is so weird. So weird seeing a player who has his pedigree have such a narrow assignment.
It's the most predictable and bland offense in the NFL. Whatever Nuke did last year is truly, honestly incredible.
Look at the release.
There's your separation.
Great route.
Stutter and go. Gets by clean.
That is unbelievable.
Maybe the greatest catch I've ever seen.
The main reception perception finding from Nuke Hopkins was that he's still awesome, right? 91st percentile success rate versus man coverage, 76.5%. He stacked 2 really good years in a row. In 2019, he went full green on the route tree, which is what I just I jokingly say, above average success rate on every single route. Shout out to Bill Bryan for seeing that and, well, presumably not seeing it, but seeing what he did that season and then trading him. Yikes.
Unbelievable.
So there is still that.
For a running back and a second-round pick. Good job. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Cleared the 90th percentile in 2 straight years. And again, we don't even think of route running and separation as Hopkins' biggest strength. We think of it as being a jump ball receiver, all that type of stuff. So I think it just shows that his game has aged really, really well. I definitely want to see him get some more downfield routes. You see on his route percentage chart, screens, slants, curls, all extremely high. And, not as much 9 route, not as much post route as you'd like to see. I would love to see them get him some more downfield opportunities next year. And on that note, let's just get weird. Let's just highlight the weird thing about DeAndre Hopkins last year. DeAndre Hopkins lined up at left wide receiver, outside, on the left, on 81.2% of his sampled snaps and reception perception. It is, if you are a Sicko subscriber, you know this because you can go look it up on the alignment data, historical data on the website. It is by far the highest snap share that a player has seen in any of left wide receiver or right wide receiver in reception perception history. That is obviously since 2014. It is so weird. So weird seeing a player of Hopkins, who has Hopkins' resume, who has his pedigree, have such a narrow assignment tree for him there. The fact he's only basically running slants, curls, and screens and lining up on one damn side of the field.
And on one spot, they don't even mix him. They really don't mix him up. It's he's 90% on the outside. It's stupid. It's ridiculous.
This is some college football stuff from our guy Kliff.
And Matt, we talk about this all the time. We'd love to see CeeDee Lamb kick outside. Amari Cooper needs to mix up his routes. He can play outside, he can play inside. Let's just move him around because that's better football. It's better, better strategy, better use of a guy's skill set. And Kliff is doing the exact opposite, which is, we got one guy over here, he's going to just stay over here. We got another guy over here, he's going to stay over here. We got our slot guy, and he's just going to be in the slot. And then we've got another slot guy, he's going to be over here because nobody runs more 4 wide in the NFL than the Arizona Cardinals. This is what people don't realize. Kliff, this man has failed forward so hard, it's unbelievable. This man never had a winning record in conference ever at Texas Tech. Do you know who his quarterbacks were in college? He had a year of Baker Mayfield and Davis Webb. Both of those men made the NFL. He had an NFL quarterback shepherding the ship for 1 season. You know who else he had? He had Patrick Mahomes.
Never heard of him.
Guy, he has zero winning records in the Big 12 conference play with Patrick Mahomes.
My biggest gripe with him is actually that he was too conservative in big moments. But from an offensive perspective, they need to push the ball down the field better. I don't know.
But how? There's no creativity. There's absolutely no, other than, we just have a lot of wide receivers. We've got a lot of wide receivers out there, but there's no creativity. It's I don't know. It's guys all running vertical routes. It's ridiculous.
And the guys they signed last year I mean, this year they bring in the ghost of AJ Green, who is like the worst deep ball receiver, least inefficient receiver on deep passes last year. Rondale Moore, I like, but he's not helping you in the vertical game. You know, he's a gadget guy. He's a scheme touches player. Oh, the horizontal raid is gonna love that.
We're talking about we're talking about a 5'9" quarterback trying to throw to a 5'6" wide receiver. It's like, all right, this isn't gonna get. We're not getting vertical here with Rondale Moore. Let's be real. You know, come on.
No, I mean, I think they have to. I think reception perception would show you that Hopkins can still do it. He can still get deep. I think he's got to be. He's got to be their guy this year. Like, they have to ask him to do more of that. And for all the layup short stuff, push it to Rondale. Like, let him do all that crap that Kliff wants to do.
Whatever Nuke did last year is truly, honestly incredible, because it's the most predictable offense in the NFL. You know exactly what's going to happen. You know exactly what plays are going to run. And that was a big part of why Kliff failed in college. His offense is just so generic and so predictable. Guys don't move. There's very little pre-snap movement. By the way, not only the wide receivers, you know exactly what the running backs are going to do too. It's just a bunch of RPO runs up the middle where you're getting 2.5 yards a carry because the running backs have absolutely no chance. They're not designed plays. There's absolutely no stretch runs. There's no outside zone concepts. There's nothing. It's not even really, honestly, it's not even like gap schemes. Like, you don't see pulling guards. Like, there's nothing happening. It's literally RPO up the middle, 2.5 yards, 3 yards.
Jimmy Coe, would you like to take a guess as to who has the most attempts to this point? Like, predictable, and it's amazing what he did last year. Would you like to take a guess who among our guys on receptionperception.com has the most routes against double coverage last year?
Would that be Nuke Hopkins?
It would be DeAndre Hopkins. So
it's just
let's maybe try to help him out a little. Let's try to maybe help him out a little.
But this is the crazy thing, Matt. They've got good players. Like, we can say Larry Fitzgerald and AJ Green, they're dusty and they're boomers. Okay, fine. Like, that's fine. Sure. But like,
no way they know how to log into the Discord.
But as like wide receiver 3s and 4s, like, that's not bad. You know what I mean? Like, Andy Isabella, he can run. Christian Kirk, he can run. Rondale Moore, he can run. Like, they've got decent athletes, good athletes running around out there. They just don't know how to get him the ball in a creative way.